for everyone to like, perfect. Okay, everyone, welcome to tonight's Team Huddle, take 2 of what we did last week. I'm super excited because I know a lot of us wanted to share our stories and just encourage one another and help each other out through one of the most important parts of our business, which is follow-up. I mean, really everything like falls on follow-up. And Lauren, I want to call Lauren out for this. You don't even know I was going to do this, but so after our call last week, okay, I want to start out with, if you didn't catch last week's call, I want to go ahead with, well, Lauren, you tell your story while I'm pulling this up, because I want people to like hear like what happened in the situation. And was that who we just talked to? Okay, yeah. So tell them what happened, and I'm going to pull up these statistics again.
Yeah, so after last week, Monday night call, I think it was last week. I was just like, okay, going to do my 5 and 5 over the next several days, and just kind of went way back to looking at who I had asked in the past and who didn't respond, and there were several, but this one girl in particular, it was the 6th message. 6th, because of the statistic that Andrea, do you remember the statistics?
Yeah, I was going to go ahead. Okay, I have the statistics now. Let me read to you guys the statistics, and then she can tell y'all the story, because it's just numbers, guys. It just works. So here it is. So these are just interesting statistics to just keep in mind. 60% of customers will say no 4 times before they will say yes. So 60% of all your customers will tell you no 4 times before they say yes. And 80% of all sales are made on the 5th follow-up. So 80% of all of our sales are made on the 5th follow-up. Okay, so this is why we have multiple exposures. Okay, so let me break that down for you. 44% of salespeople give up after the first no. So you reach out to someone, they're like, nah. How many of y'all give up? Well, I'll tell you, 44% of y'all do. 22% of salespeople give up after the second no. Okay, so after that initial one, 22% of salespeople give up after the second no. 14% give up after the third no, and 12% give up after the 4th no. And I would count ghosting as a no. Like in our situation, I would say like if someone's not responding, like apply that to here too. So 92% of salespeople give up by the 4th no, leaving only 8% to ask a 5th time. And remember, 80% of all sales are made after the 5th follow-up. Isn't that amazing? I mean, like, so just be the one who doesn't give up, be the squeaky wheel. I mean, like, it's like, wow, that's all I have to do. Like, I've been training for that my whole life. So it's like, so Lauren, tell us then what happened with you, because that inspired you last week to like with your follow-ups, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So an original message to her was probably like 1.5 years ago. And she was like, sure. So she did respond the first time. Sure. But we never could connect. And then she ghosted me 5 times. So over the next year, 5 times I reached out. I was ghosted all 5 times. I did not want to message her again. I did not, but I was like, you know what? She could ghost me a 6th time. That's the worst that could happen. I guess I could read y'all what I wrote her, but, not to mention, I was very uncomfortable with doing this last reach out or follow up, because this is a girl that I taught when she was 8 years old. Y'all, she's about to turn 20. So
she's adorable.
My age, and she has always been adorable. That's why I wanted to get up with her so bad. And just like, she's a social butterfly, super smart. She was popular, like little popular, but kind, a kind girl, good family, all the things. And I've watched her grow up. She was in my dance program that I used to run when I was a teacher after school. So I taught her dance for many years. And she's just a great little girl. But anyway, so I was like, I don't want to reach out to her again and get ghosted again. And then, but she responds. So, let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'll read it to y'all, what I've said the 6th time after being ghosted 5 times. I said, hi, Kelsey. How are you doing these days? I'm not sure if timing is better for you or not. but I wanted to see if you had any interest to revisit chatting about Arbonne. The company is in such momentum, and we just added an 18-year-old to our team not long ago, and it reminded me of you and some other young ladies that have just stood out to me in general. I realize this may not be the industry for you personally, but I'm currently building teams and looking for leaders in the younger generation. So I would love to just show you what it is that we do and pick your brain for connections. Let me know if you're open to that. And she says, hi, I'm so sorry I've been busy. Yes, I would totally love to hear more about it. So we do a one-on-one, which was in her car. She was in the backseat of a car and her roommate was driving, and they had just picked up a new puppy. And so it was a very casual one-on-one, and she was in the car. I think I was in the car too, but and at the end of it, you know, I was really just looking to network through her because I knew she's in a sorority. I knew she was going to have a ton of connections. And I asked the question, is this something you would ever consider doing? And she said, yes. She said, I think so. And so she sent our amazing website, you guys, that Gabby and Andrea and everybody have put together, sent her the link to Success and Simplicity, but I made it so that she landed on the Started Arbonne business page, so that she could just scroll down, watch that video, and kind of read about the business there. Sent her the digital catalog to check out. And then I said that I had been chatting with my cousin, Andrea, telling her about you. We'd love to do a three-way chat, just answer any questions and just so you guys can meet and connect. And she was totally down for it. Didn't string me along on the time. I was like, how about 7:45 tomorrow? She's like, sure. So it's just crazy that, like, you know, we just got off a three-way chat with her. Andrea and I did.
Yeah. And she's interested. I mean, like, so now Lauren's going to send her 2 videos. Just so y'all know the process when we say multiple exposures over a short period of time. Like, we don't want to send her 2 videos next week. We want to send her 2 videos right now.
They've already been sent. Yeah.
Yeah. So she sent those videos. So, and then basically we said, what night is good for you? Because we love, like, even if this isn't a fit for you, we love, you know, I just said, Lauren's intention is to like build a team like there at that college. You know, could you have like a few friends hop on? You could, that way you could see it in action. If you're interested at the end of that call and your roommates and your friends want to buy anything, we can go ahead and put the orders under you and you make a paycheck. If not, no worries. You know, we'll give you product, you know, all of that for hosting. You'll get a bigger discount. But then that helps Lauren get in front of like new people. And she's like, okay. So then I think y'all are planning on Thursday night. And, you know, like, there's no sense in making a bigger deal out of all this stuff. It's just like, boom, 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 you know, like, and I mean, if you're like, this is how we do it, this is, and I mean, here's the thing, like, once you start getting in a rhythm and that is how you do it, like, you're just like, this is how we do it, you know. But like, if you're like just starting out and you're like, oh my gosh, well, what if she says yes? Just book it and your sponsor will help you, you know. Like Blanca, she has like 2 events coming up and she was like, she's all nervous. She's like, I don't know how to do them. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll teach you that. Like, let's just get your iStory down, which we did, which is awesome, by the way. And then, you know, like, let's just go from there. So that's the thing. There's nothing you can mess up in this business because you're using the product. So that's enough. You know, yeah. You know enough to tell people you know more than they do. And what you don't know, you can always find out. And that's actually really attractive for people because then they think, oh, well, she doesn't really know everything, but she's killing it in this business. And you're like, yeah, I am. So, so does anyone else have any follow-up stories or situations that you want to say, you know, hey, you know, I would love to follow up with this person, or what would you do in this situation? Because I know that's where we left it off last week, like just kind of like bringing up different situations and then letting each other like coach, you know, one another through that.
Okay. I have a quick one because I really know that you guys want to not hear from me so much. But I have to share this because it's so exciting. So there's a girl that was a referral to me back in the summer, Jessica, who lives in Atlanta. And about the 30-day, we had a call. She's very nice, very sweet. And she didn't join the 30-day then. And I just kind of did that, you know, periodically follow up. I sent her a card, all the things. Well, then I just noticed last week she had signed up and she bought the Healthy Habit set. I was like, oh, she did it, you know? So then I, you know, reached out to her about that or whatever. And like, this is over, same kind of thing. I would sometimes follow up maybe 3 little things in a row, nothing. But y'all, she's busy and she has 2 young kids. And I just found out Friday, she has another business that she started. So anyway, Friday, she sent me an email and said, or a text, and she said, hey, I didn't know you were from Louisiana. My family's from Louisiana. And I was like, oh, little sliver of a door for me to put my foot through. So I said, oh my goodness, I would so love, and never had the opportunity to really share the 1-sheeter with her, because the first time we talked, it was all about the 30-day. So I said, I would love to share just a little bit more with you, when you have 15 minutes or so. And she said, okay, tonight at 5 o'clock. And I was in Florida at that thing, and I was like, oh, okay. And so she was going to be in her car, same kind of thing, Lauren. It wasn't formal, you guys. But I was telling somebody at this thing, I felt like I was a brand new consultant. I was just like, and then this, and then this, and but I was excited. And I said on my message to her, I have always wanted to build a team in Louisiana. I sent her a voice message, and I said, I have a nice team. I'm so grateful. I have a great team, but I've always wanted to build a team in Louisiana because that's where I'm from, a bigger team, right, Gabby? We have a team in Louisiana. And Paige, but bigger. And so I said, I'd love to just share it with you. I don't know, and I've never met this person really, because she was a referral. Y'all, jumped on the phone, 15 minutes. She was like, well, I'm not sure. And she said, actually, I have a barber shop in Midtown Atlanta. I was like, what? And then she said, you know what? I do know someone that I think might be interested. And she said, but you know what? She said, I actually think I might be interested. In fact, I'm thinking of opening a salon also. So I was kind of thinking of reaching out to you anyway. I was like, what? Just like crazy. But the point, just like the point of the whole call, is I just kind of kept like just very, very consistent follow-up. So yay, it's exciting. It works if you follow up.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. How about anyone else? Like, does anyone have something that they're struggling with, or like, you feel funny about following up, or just kind of like, where do we, what do we say when we follow up? Just kind of anything, because follow up is the number one. Like those who follow up win. Like, so, it is all about follow up.
Me, there is one person I haven't been reaching out like 4 times. Her name is Tonia, and I used to train her in LA Fitness. So she, not even the first time, she said, yes, no, I'm not interested. None, no word. So on Friday, after you sent me, remember that the video it's about wording, how, we change, instead of like, hey, you want to buy from me, or hey, I'm here showing your bond. Just the wording for saying, hi, Tonia. I know you haven't been very busy because you never have responded to me, but I'm curious to know what you're doing, and I miss you, as I'm not in LA Fitness anymore. And she replied to me right away, hey, Blanca, because I didn't mention our bond, right? And so I said, hi, how you doing? I said, I'm doing great. I said, yes, I see your pictures, and I'm so curious about our bond. So she brought that to me, and I was like, huh. So I said, yeah, that's what I would like to talk to you. I said, yeah, let's do something Monday or Tuesday. But I will let you know what time. I said, yeah, I will follow up with you just in case you're busy. But you see, it was open out just for changing the wording, and not just mention, I wanted to show you what I'm doing. It's just asking her what she's doing, and saying, I miss you. I was like, totally a change. And it was the 4th time.
Wow.
I was like, let me see what happened, and the miracle, boom.
What video was it that I sent you? I'm trying to think which one. Was it the one I sent you this weekend?
Yes.
It was on the Saturday skills, y'all. Like this, and just so y'all know, the website, like the link to get all the trainings that come out every Saturday, there's a Saturday skills training at 10:30, I think, in the morning Central Time, live. So I would encourage to get on the live, because it's great to be on live. You can ask questions. It's all VPs on there, and other people, but like there's like the MVPs are leading that. But so you can scroll through and get, and I mean, if I'm showering, I'm listening to something. So like, I think it was on Saturday, right?
Yeah,
it was on Saturday.
It's about, they were giving you ideas how you can follow up through the event or the one-on-ones, you know, how to connect with energy, with urgency, and the wording, and very enthusiastic and do the values of our business. It was very interesting. So I kind of put the wording because I was taking notes. Those are my notes from I did it. Like, okay, I want to put some of those in there, and that it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
That's amazing. I know, like, that's the thing that's so great about this business is that, like, there's really no failing. Like, you just keep moving ahead. Like, you know, and I know that Polly, you had talked about this today, and I think it might be a good time to even mention this, like what you're talking about, like the timeline, why everyone gives like themselves timelines, you know, in Arbonne, like, you know, if I'm not this title by this date, then it's all over. You know, it's like, why? Like, I mean,
yeah,
like, why would you do that? Like, that's so silly.
It was,
you know?
Debbie Neal, and she said, you know, that you don't do that in anything else in your life. Like, well, if I don't get pregnant by this time, you know, I'm just not going to have a baby. You know, if you really want to have a baby, you're going to keep trying. And so, you know, Debbie Neal, or you may not know Debbie Neal yet, but boy, she definitely brought that home as far as just, you know, and she said, you know, really, we should be thinking not even in just like 30 days, oh, well, that didn't work. You know, that month was whatever. She's like, you should be thinking big picture and just going for what you're going for and stop worrying about the timeline period. Just go, you know, and just keep doing the do consistently. That's, we all know that, you know. It's just not that difficult. I mean, it's not complicated. It's just not, you know.
And, you know, one thing that Jean pointed out today, so Jean had a booth for this like little vendor fair that she does every year. And, you know, I asked her today how it was, and she's like, oh, it's just fine. You know, like, she's like, I maybe got 5 names. So she was there from like 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. She prepped for it the day before. It was exhausting. I mean, just those things are just, you know, tiring. So again, like, would you say 5 names is a success or no? Well, did you know that one person told her of this other huge vendor fair that's happening, like, you know, this month? Like, that could be the whole reason why she did it. Like, that could like catapult her business into something, you know what I'm saying? So it's like every little thing you do, like every fizz stick I give out, every little mention I do, like, I mean, I never can like sit back and say, you know, oh my gosh, that made, or, you know, my business or didn't make my business. Like, I don't really attach myself to the outcome. I just keep doing the activity because I know it'll take care of itself. And like, I'm in this for the long haul, you know, I'm in this. So, I mean, I'm in it for the long haul, you know, for like the things that we want to do and the people I want to help, and just, you know, so it's not like just it's got to happen this month, or this has got to happen, you know. It's really just like, and it's funny. I laugh when people say that, you know, I've been an area manager for like, you know, 3 years. I'm like, I've been an executive regional vice president for 15 of my 16 years. Do you think that's not a little frustrating? But do you think I care? Because it's not really about the title. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about who I'm helping. And I mean, I'm growing my business the whole time. I mean, where I am now is what, you know, like, I mean, so it's not about like the title and like your specific goal. Like, look at it like you're building a massive business, you know, and treat it like that, you know, give it that respect. Okay, follow up. Who has some questions, examples? And I know you all do, because everyone struggles with this. Kristen, I know you have some. You have like over 200 people on your list. You're muted.
I know. I probably do. I just have to find them or figure out which one. Hang on. Let me see what I got.
And Caroline, do you have any questions? Because I know we're doing like a lot of follow-up too. Caroline's gonna finish district.
I think I do.
Like,
I'm trying.
Let's see you. Let's see your cute face.
I have like wet hair.
That's okay.
Fine.
Fine.
I don't know how to turn my thing on.
Yes, you do. You're 18.
No, now when it's like
So like already on.
right, yeah. I'm trying to find it. I'm on my phone, so it's smaller.
Oh, if you click the little camera button, like the little icon. But it's okay. I don't want to peer pressure you.
Start, but there we go.
Oh, you look great.
Thank
So
you.
she's like following up like crazy with people. Like, I mean, like we're coming up with all kinds of stuff. And I mean, she's like, she will finish district this month. And I mean, it's all going to happen at the end of the month because she's doing like all the work right now. So it's super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for you, Caroline, that's got to be tougher. Like I think about this all the time. Like she's reaching out to like her mom's friends or her friends' moms. Like that's a little intimidating, you know, and like,
Mm-hmm.
especially doing the follow-up again, like, hello, you know, I messaged you, lady, and you're ghosting me.
Yes. I've done like 3 reach outs for one of them, or 4.
Mm-hmm. And any response?
I mean, she's responded. It was the one that we did the Zoom with.
The one down in Mobile or the
yes,
other
ma'am.
One? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Mobile.
So we'll just keep following up. And I mean, like my last ditch effort when I follow up with people, when I feel like I'm doing like a lot of follow up, I'll just be like, listen, I don't want to bug you with this, but you know, like there's a lot of like little things you can do, especially when you're following up with people like quickly, like especially when someone tells you they want to order, but then you feel like you're bugging them, like following up. Like there's a couple things that I'll do with, you know, I first start back with just wanted to circle back around and see if you had any questions about that recommended card. And then, you know, I'll send another one that says, you know, hey, just wanted to follow up with you and see if I can help you complete the order, you know, so you can take advantage of the free sign up this month. And then like the other, like then when it gets to be like multiple over a short period of time, but I'm not getting a response, then I just say, you know, hey, I don't want to bug you with this. And then like do the little monkey eyes, you know, I don't want to be that girl, you know, but I just want to make sure that I'm doing my job and, you know, like getting you situated if that's what you want. But, you know, and then the last time I'll say, hey, this is my last time reaching out, you know, or I wanted to reach out to you one last time. I mean, I know it's not my last time, but like I make them feel like, you know, like, oh, reach out to me again. So yeah. So like there's just like little things like that I feel like you can do, you know, just to kind of like give that sense of urgency. But I think that the also like sending voice texts, you know, are good to, you know, and again, just calling out the uncomfortableness right there, because I mean, chances are it's just that they're busy and they haven't had a chance to look at it. I know for me, especially, you know, like, I mean, like I can think of stuff with our house, like our alarm company, like they, you know, I asked for a smoke detector in our attic and the guy keeps texting me, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it because I don't know if we need a carbon monoxide because I haven't talked to our insurance person, you know, so it's like, he keeps texting me. I asked him for it and I'm not like responding back, you know, and like, but it's like, it's just that I hadn't gotten the answer yet to give to him, you know? So I can see that with people, but if you maybe leave a voice text and just say, you know, hey, I don't want to be bugging you, but I just want to make sure I'm here to answer your questions, you know, or make any recommendations, you know, and then people kind of are like, oh, she's not bugging me.
Sometimes, you know, like I've gone through and it'll be like the 4th time they've ghosted, you know, no response. And I'll be coming back around. And I'm like, I'm going to send one more just to be a pain in your rear end, you know? So I send it and that's when they go, oh, hey, so sorry. And then I'm like, oh yeah, nope, no problem. We're all good. You know, it's hilarious because that's always when they respond.
Yeah. Well, but that's just like what that statistic says. You know, like it's just, I mean, there's a reason why it's a statistic, you know, and I mean, it's just, I mean, you know, I think that statistic is going to grow like to be like pretty soon it's going to be 6, you know, reach outs before they do anything, because honestly, like that's just the world we're living in right now. People are overwhelmed, you know, people have like just are being bombarded with like texts and emails and messages and, having to give responses. So I think that, and that's why it is the squeaky wheel, gets the grease in this, because, like you're the last one standing, you're the one that's still, hey.
I have another one. It's kind of different scenario. This was a girl that I went to high school with that I didn't really know that well. She was a little older than me. But so 2 years ago on Facebook, I reached out to her. And then the next year, I waited a whole year, tried again, nothing. So that was Facebook. So I switched platforms. So Instagram, I noticed she looked at, how you can swipe up and see who's seen your story. She was on there and I was like, she's watching my story. And so I was like, I'm gonna message her on Instagram. Maybe she'll respond. And this was again, right after the next day after Andrea's training. I was like, what could it hurt? But I did change it a little bit. I was like, I'm going to send the shortest little thing I can. And I just said, hey, Nina, this is very honest and blunt. I noticed you on my story feed viewer today. How are you? ! Listen, I have a question for you and I'll be super direct. Smiley face, ... Has anyone ever chatted with you about the wellness company Arbonne before? That's all I said. And so I didn't say anything about like, I'd love to show you what I do. I didn't do that with her. I just said, has anyone ever? And she said, hey there, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Smiley face. I went to an Arbonne party in the past, but it was years ago. I'm doing great. I'm now living on the Outer Banks with my family, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm sure you've seen, I've had my wellness business for years now. Anyway, then I went into, I'm building teams in new areas. I'd love to show you what I do. I know it might not be for you, but I'd love to pick your brain about the market where you are. Would you be open to a Zoom chat this week? And she didn't respond for, and I'm like, oh, she's not going to respond. It was like 48 hours later. And then she was like, sorry, I thought I replied. I thought I hit the reply button, which I do too. So I get it. She said, that sounds good. I'll be on the road for work. Maybe we can chat on the phone while I'm driving one day. So that's
awesome.
Thursday morning.
I was, Lauren, I was on a, like this free training, with Eric Worre, and he said, that's one of the best things you can do, especially in the market these days, is just be so direct like that and say, has anybody ever, shared Arbonne with you or chatted with you about, I love how you said it. I think that's brilliant.
And I prefaced it with like, listen, I have a question that I want to be super direct. Like she knew it was coming,
Yeah, exactly.
We're not friends. We haven't been friends for, it's not like I want to catch up. I don't know. Maybe I do.
He says preface it too like that, but with something, but then just say, I just want to be direct. Has anybody, this is what I'm doing. Like, you don't have to go into a long thing. I think that's so smart.
So it just feeds off of what Blanca said, like just changing the wording a little bit. And I changed social media platforms. So I don't know if that did it or what.
And just coming off of what you're saying, Polly, like, I think like, if you haven't heard this before, everyone should read the book, GoPro by Eric Worre. On our website under Getting Started, there's like a free like audio version of it, I think. Is that right, Gabby? There's like a free something of that. And then the book is amazing. Like it really is like kind of like the Bible of our industry. And just very, very, it's just very basic, but very like what your expectations should be. And then also an old one, I mean, this was around when I started, Dare to Dream, Work to Win, because it really just kind of sets your expectations. There's this thing in Arbonne where we say, so many people expect so much in the short run, but not enough in the long run. Like so many people will be like, I don't believe people are making $35,000 a month, but then they're like pissed that they're not making $10,000 a month at the end of 3 months. Like, so it's like, no. Like, I mean, my first paycheck in Arbonne was $17. Like $17 was my first month in, and it's like, but like, I wasn't doing it for that $17, but I didn't expect to be making 6 figures by my second month either. I knew it was going to take time, but I also knew I had a bigger vision. I mean, I had a successful company already, but like, I knew that I wanted that time leveraging factored in with, I like time and I like money. So I thought, why not have both? You know? And so like, that is something like, I think it's good to set up your expectation with this, that again, you're building something, you know? So, all right. Well, I don't want to go over. I know last week we went over and I felt terrible for that. So, this is it. If anyone has any, like, definitely feel free to like chat in our groups and in our, on our Success and Simplicity, page.
Don't forget about Black Friday. Just
yes,
tomorrow.
Holly, go ahead and yes.
Yeah. So tomorrow, and Arbonne, I don't think has normally done this in the past where they start early. Am I right about that, you guys? But tomorrow, Black Friday drops with the tart cherry fizz and the raspberry chocolate truffle, whatever. And it's delicious because I've tried them both. And I am a pomegranate fizz girl all the way, but I like the tart cherry. And that was a pleasant surprise. So definitely be ready. And on the content kit, there's an Arbonne content kit app. There's a whole lot of stuff for just promoting that out. So be ready tomorrow to however you send that out to your clients, whether it's a Facebook group, whether it's texting, whatever, you know, and get with your sponsor, your upline, and they can help you with that. But just be ready because it is a great way to take advantage of Black Friday specials. And I don't know
what time does it go? What time does it go live?
I'm not sure.
It's usually 8 a.m. Central time. So 9 a.m. your time, 6 a.m. So here's the thing too, y'all. I am assuming tart cherry is going to be a sellout. So like, well, one time we sold out of like in a day and a half. So like, you want to take some time tonight to look at all your preferred clients who are fizzy lovers and reach out to them and get pre-orders from them. Go ahead and get their information beforehand, you know, because like you want to make sure you get it. And again, I know Gabby said this at the beginning of the month, our first call this month, but like our team did like, I stopped counting after 20,000, but our numbers jumped 20,000 when Blood Orange Fizz launched in a day, like 20,000 in a day off of Fizz, you know? So, I mean, it is that powerful.
The internet that day.
Yeah.
We read
the website.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it sounds so silly, like that one product, but I mean, it's like literally like, and that's I mean, I think that that's an amazing flavor, you know, tart cherry. Who doesn't love tart cherry? I mean, like that's.
And the raspberry chocolate truffle, so Lisa Voorhees and her daughter had made like little truffle balls. And when we were in the breakout sessions, they passed those out with the raspberry chocolate. It was divine.
Oh, wow.
So
it is really good.
Oh my goodness.
Well, awesome. Well, yeah. So I would definitely make some notes, look at who's buying protein and who's buying fizz. You can do that in your reports. If someone will post that on our Facebook page, just how to access that. That would be good, just in case you don't know. But yeah, y'all like take the ball and run with it because that could be huge for your business. And it's a good way to get new people, you know, go ahead and post on social media and send out to your clients and all that. Okay, so that's it. So y'all have a great, great week. And we will see each other here next Sunday night.
Yay. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.